early one, and this is a prevention video. This is for the empresses of value and other people. Yo, be careful of people that try to push you out your house for they could break into your house for a moment and shit. Be careful of people that tries to cause misconduct or people that just wants to see you at a viewpoint like they're a sniper and shit. But I already hear the rats, so it doesn't even matter a certain type of way. But it's good to know certain other things are funny individuals. I meant to tell the empresses of value this. It's fucked up that other people that wanted to waste your quality, and then it's fucked up that other people just wanted to get your point of value, but they'll never be able to get your point of value. They'll get a gun. They'll receive and a gunshot will penetrate their physical, literally throughout all the paradigms of time. All those type of people that have those type of mentalities and difference, even reality to an individual that even try to cause a reflection magic to hurt the reason of point of value, so they could be able to manipulate the physics of reality because they just want to blame somebody that came up with a strategic plan, and then on top of it, pitchforking the elements to even speak a certain type of way. So I'm just showing you the people already in certain ways that you should give gunshots to. Like they should literally receive gunshots in their habitation and stuff. So you think about that type of situation. So good for you a certain type of way, because I'm just meant to tell you early warning. Emily is already mad. Emily Herminia is mad. So she's using some type of dream magic, and then she's going after a person. This is an early warning for a person named James. Now, my son James, a star being, be very careful, because that means if they're going after your house or your legacy and lineage, they're doing it a certain type of way. Even though I knew that you were already a hater from the individual, even of Asia, because when I was watching how can I say the Yenex Empress on television, I already knew that you were a form of hater, and you and the other Twinkle. So I already knew some of you were hating on the magic that was already being received or acknowledged a certain type of way. That's good for you, because now you hate it on your own conscience. That probably caused a disturbance in your anatomy, your nervous system, and your penis. So good for you. And then to you and to James, I'm going to just tell you just like this. The funny situation about this situation is, in Asia, your other halves of the rest of your legacy and lineage is hated, because they're already anticipating a certain type of reality for an individual, because they already wanted power amongst y'all. It's just like a bunch of brothers fighting for power. So you already wanted power. You fucked over your conscience. So and once it's like crumble. It's called mashup. The mashup posse. Because once you crumble, this is what another person didn't realize, and that me and other people used to laugh about when it came towards y'all. It's like you did something called the mashup posse. You tried to you didn't know who your conscience was. When you finally realized who your conscience was, you tried to crumble your conscience, just because the fact is you want to fuck over individuals for magic and power, and then realize that, and you should have realized that you fucked over your conscience, and then you mashed up the rest of your family in a situation that ended up making them like on some mashed potatoes type situation and shit, because the other people that's around me, that's watching me through the window every day, that's leaving little messages, was living like cannibals and shit. So they're already selling their emperor. They're already selling their stink pussy because they want to kill their empress for power on some Star Trek shit. So I'm just letting the empress of space know who's gonna kill her and shit, because other people's planning to kill you, and they're doing it on a level of physics of equality. So soon as they get on your spaceship on Star Trek, and then because they want to cut your finances, because they want to be able to do their little run moment, their little savage cannibal run moment, where now they have to survive to eat, and they want to live like a cannibal. So if the empress is gonna survive herself, or is she gonna kill her consciousness already ahead of time and stuff? Is this, how does she want to survive, or does she want to try killing herself? And then she realized that how many times, every time she passed out, because a chick says, yo, how many times we went through something like this, and then you passed out because another nigga just want to have a last go at your pussy and just don't care for you to even have your real husband touching you, because he just wants to fuck you over in life, where he's literally killing your purity. I already told you your dogs are diseases, so I already told you your dogs and your animals and them, some of them, well, intellectual, some of the zodiacs is different, but your dogs and your animals are diseases already. I already told you the situation, and I'm a star being, so Your dogs was never a star being, and the star beings that turned into dogs that even tried to reflect your light was already forcing you like they were gonna cause a rape. Their intention was to cause a rape when it came to the habitation of one's physical reality because they wanted the people to want to be beneath them when it came to the physical reality. Now, my vocabulary expression is different. So, another person just wants to carry out malicious intents that's going to end up getting the other person that wants a malicious intents that wants to hurt me is going to end up getting murdered and killed, gunshot, stabbed, or I mean, literally by elements and stuff until they're not even in existence and the Empress don't even have to recognize them in all physical reality. And that's just going to be the reality for all social and economic empresses on all levels of physics, on beyond highest, quantum, mega, super, astrological, terrestrial, and celestial, the outer celestial, inner celestial, and I mean all in between the things I didn't even say, and all jewel stones and all jewel stones and elements and inner points of enlightenment of all star cluster astrology, constellation, space, gravity, light, skies, lightning, electricity, vibration. It's gonna happen to all y'all a certain type of way, and all y'all fat, ugly, fucked up, ugly people that have the wrong intentions, especially y'all elders. That's just you're even more dangerous. You're like a fucking female that just want to be a stripper. So it means it's like you're a long range in tank that probably has rotten emotions a certain type of way. So now I have to tell you this because depending on your nervousness and the way that you think even at a time trying to be as powerful as an empress, like you trying to match up with your mother like on some next situation. So that means you just literally, you're the one that caused all her problems in the physical reality and then trying to move forward in elements reflecting fucking up on that. So she's gonna have to take all that shit away because you don't need that equality, you don't need that stupid type of energy or physical reality driving, trying to go places, trying to fuck you up in the physical. So on top of it, if you're already dried and fucked up and then you thought that you woke up or used to be an empress, well, your boyfriend made sure that. So every nigga, that other nigga that went between your legs through the paradigm of time made sure that you were dried up and fucked up and old. So good for you. And if you were immaculate conception, you should have never went and had a boyfriend because you only meant for one man. And on top of it, you should have been with me. And then on top of it, once you get a certain age, you can't be with me no more because why? I'm not attracted to you a certain type of way no more. And on top of it, if a person doesn't want me to be attracted, it's just like a person already chessmating you or causing intentions and trying to cause intentions. They're scared for me to be with you, or your little, or whatever you had received a martial art blow, and the Reiki that another person's probably doing or certain other things is already probably fucking you up. So another person's just doing all type of funny situations, and the person doesn't know what's really going on a certain type of way, and then they're gonna be stupidity forever because a person says, that's how you know the Empress of, well, I guess in my, where I'm at in North Dakota, they probably the Empress got a disease or the family of them because they probably living underground like fucking groundhogs or something. So most likely they got a disease. Some of them already got a serpentine problem and stuff, a Luciferian problem a certain type of way with like bad veins. So I'm already peeping the situation, and it's, on top of it, I'm going to social economic system giving you pre-warning about the situation because it's like being a doctor through time paradigm looking at the situation. Then I have people that's already disturbing my conscience. They don't even want me to look at the situation. Then the Empress is like the energy is already fighting because the fact is another person's already trying to go. It's like a person trying to break into the Empress account and stuff. So obviously, if you go check out where individual is, you're gonna see there's some type of digital situation going on a certain type of way, and then you have hostages on some Flavor Flav booth that's just trying to fuck up the Empress when it comes to electrical frequency. So you got to think about the situation, and then on top of it, you got to think about how real situations are concerning other people. Because let me show you how real this is. Now, even it's just like I told you about the underworld. You see people that cause vampiristic situations. It's just like if a person was never. It's like imagine if there was never such thing as a vampire, and then a person has a point of reflection of a quality of wanting to fight back, and then on top of it, the astrological tree reflected on animals at the time, and then to scare off people, they did some type of funny situation, and then next thing you know, a person breaks into somebody's casket, and then that person becomes some type of, it seems like some vampire because it's already going after the intentions that went after in the person's sacredcy a certain type of way, trying to get it all back in the habitation, and then you have these herpes disease type of people people. There's like some of the people that tried to disturb my consciences, you know, that when I woke up in the morning hearing all the banging, and these individuals probably already causing the physical reality to be fucked up a certain type of way, vampiristic situations. Then on top of it, the chemistry already wants to get at them because the fact is they tried to break into a person's sacredcy because a person could have been using some type of form of jewel magic. A person tried to break into their sacredcy, tried to expose them when it came to their core comfortability of even refining because it wasn't meant for them to find the individual. It was meant for another individual. So that means that person tried to, it's like somebody that's probably set up to get a person's education that fucked up a person's equality. And then when they went after the situation trying to, it's like forcefully rape. It's like a forceful rape. And how do you know when somebody's raped? Because they try to manipulate the physical reality, and then they go after other people's equality, and then they go get into other situations they're not supposed to get into. And then you have people that's supposed to get into the equality that the Empress literally guides, like she wants them to do certain things, and then when they do it, they notice the real intricacies of the situation, and then everything's okay for them, or for individual, so, or only precise some individuals, but another individual, you know, other people that just want the power of the Empress, or people that's just probably trying to make her vulnerable, you know, probably people just want her safe, like robbers, like, you know, these people that are grave robbers. You ever heard of grave robbers? Or gravestone robbers. You ever heard of gravestone robbers? It's like robbing the elements at one time. It's like you ever had a headstone and then you see somebody going to dig it, and then it won't be the person that's supposed to be digging and going in. It'll be somebody else that's just fucking up somebody else's quad. And they're looking at the person. Oh my God! It's like the element got to scream for the element is right then and there. There go the Sodom and Gomorrah, a part of the Sodom and Gomorrah story. Frozen stiff. He can't even move, shape to go already. That you finally get to see the dream come true, killed your family and shit. At the point, it's just like, yo, it's like an ultimate shock. And then you gotta be careful about the situation because you'll get around an individual and you won't want to be poor. But yo, listen, it be the funniest things in life a certain type of way with certain people, and then a person that'll probably just be in your house, fucking up your house, breaking up your house because it looks a certain type of way. People that already did harmony magic, wondering why they fucked up in the magic when they never did something, why they suffering because of other people harmonical frequency and vibe that probably fucked up a quality of a house, or wrecked elements a certain type of way, probably cracked the walls, did all type of negligent situations that cause deterioration, and then next thing you know, they're going after people a certain type of way. Then you got people that broke into people's magic, and then on top of it now, you imagine if having a ghost in the house. You ever heard of people say they have ghosts in the house and shit, and then you go see what's going on? Then it'd be people that just want to chase people away. Then it'd be some people that just fucked over their social economic system so much that they're scared to even come outside, so they just trying to live off the people inside the house. Then you realize that the house got a fucking real virus and a disease, and it's trying to kill somebody innocent and stuff. And then on top of it, it be so fucked up. Then the Empress be so embarrassed because she be ready to making moves, and then you noticing the disease within her. Then she got to think about if she should kill you, or if because another person knows, and then it could have been another person that set up to happen like that because he's just a stalker lover of the situation, and then next thing you know, he was just preparing situations to happen a certain type of way because they want you to move out to a certain equality. And then you have another person that just wants to get away with the elements of your physics of your social equality that made the situation even worse than it is at the time. Then you have the purity person that comes, that the Empress says, no, I want that person in the crib just chilling and move when they want to because this person makes me feel comfortable. And then the other people's already fucking up their nervous system, making her hurt and feel pain in all type of situations. A person gets a witness of the highest equality of the reason of a being, and then next thing you know, keeps it moving because now she sees the pain of another individual being a hindrance to her physical reality. And it's just like a person that probably caught or committed a rape, and then if their forceful intentions were just packed away in a physical situation a certain type of way, and then they're just living in bunks in other people's equality. Now, I'm just translating, telling you early warnings that you need to know for the resuscitation for your physical reality. And I don't got to tell you what a transformer probably went through already in their life. You already see what the nigga did to Bumblebee, right? Pum, 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 pum. The nigga all day, the Daniel's son, Hillary Clinton can never come back. Yo, listen, You ever look at the movie and looked at the guy? The guy looked like he was scared of Hillary Clinton even becoming the president. That he was like, the woman can't be the president, so he tried to fuck up the car already. He was like, in the trench, pump, 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 pump. He started kicking this shit down. There's a little pussy ass nigga because he's like, a chick shouldn't fight back because if a nigga's a rapist, that means it'll be a funny type of situation at certain times in the paradigm of time. And then an individual says, yo, listen, you got to think about things like that. I'm not saying that he's from the Clinton because he's actually from an Asian astrological tree where they did Ice Galaxy. It was one of the ice temples. And that individual disrespected the highest level consecration, even in the movie, in the physical element, according to the astrological tree of point of reflection. And they were already disconnected from the situation. But to know somebody did that to a quality that caused that type of physical reality to them, that they got to witness it at a point of time in the paradigm of physics. And now, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I might have to view this video. I might have to literally view this video because what I told you was so wonderful that I'm gonna want to just want to hear it just for myself. Just even after I speak about already knowing it, still want to hear it for myself because I'm in a house already. A person trying to make me build up some type of harmony, and they're preparing to give international security a headache a certain type of way. Another person says, why? Because these are people that's going after Marines, Navy, people, clean ocean, the real clean ocean environment people, the real people that was clean, that put on a uniform that was real clean. But the deterioration of their consciousness is already just going after the highest quality a certain type of way. So they're going after probably Marines, Navy, Air Force individuals. They're probably going after certain special ops units that use certain type of forms of uniforms. Listen, even on some gangster shit, you know how niggas used to get dressed up and this would have a little motorcycle club, a little biker club, and they put on little jackets, or another person go buy a certain type of uniform, and it's just a representation of physics of a natural equality of it's just like a visual view. You see how you can see far away, and you can see a person far away, and you can see something to live for, like to give you a certain type of idea to do something a certain type of way to adjust your reality to be okay. It's the same thing like a visual view. It's just like a form of enlightenment to show you the receptiveness of that. You still have higher quality, that you could be how can I say, social economic comparable with, and then you could even be able to regard one's social habitation in love and equality, and just have a form of an honest conversation, depending, because some people manipulated that, and when they try to use that against Aphrodite because they just wanted to know her business, and then another person was just looking just to get into the panties another different way because they were bored through time. So you got to be careful because all levels of physics things add up a certain type of way in equality. Another person sometimes is just a form of a social equality where one could even gather, be in a form of friendly, or if it's not friendly, I would say a companion viewpoint, or guidance in the physical reality, a certain type of way to one's peripheral vision, or whatever you want to call it, depending. And on top of it, it don't even have to be peripheral vision, because everybody already has their own peripheral vision according to their situation and according to their precise vision of their physical reality. We don't want to have to get into the detriments of why an individual have a certain type of thing. So I'm going to just be real with you, because another person wants to go into optical lenses. Once you start going into optical lenses, you'll get murdered. And I'm a person that's a letter of the higher quality that already made certain situations. I don't have to get into things I already did. So, I don't have to want to speak about certain things. The reason why I don't form certain equality is because I don't want to have to get into that negligent part of ever getting to that physical structure. I don't have time to vent off in a negative vibration away and wasting my equality for an individual to reflect and just try to act like he's conquering space. And because if I'm not up there, I'm not doing it for nobody else a certain type of way, because a person's trying to say don't worry about it. I spoke about certain things in life, so a person should know the reason, but I don't even want to speak about it. I don't even give a fuck. So, but I'm just gonna be real. If you have another individual that just has a form, they're trying to, show you a form of representation of the physical equality, or a person that shows you that even the reason of regard, because if a person has a form of regard to the higher empress, is different forms of martial arts. So if you have a person spoiling, like I told you, Pacifica and them is stink. They already did stink things. Things already happened with them a certain type of way, and then on top of it, they had spiritual powers, and then they had a real spiritual empress that wasn't stink like that. So it don't even matter because they did it to himself. And then you had the real empress of one of the real empresses that was already watching certain things. And so because of Pacifica and them that did certain things, it caused her a situation to be fucked up. And then on top of it, the ones that surround me is the ones that caused it also, because it's showing you on the level of physics of a person's ignorance. So it don't even matter. So there's so many different situations. And another person's not going to have an excuse to want to break into a person's habitation to do something a certain type of way. And they're not going to have an excuse to want to be a part of somebody's harmony after certain things already happen, because what they did. So you have to go after a social equality on the precise level you're supposed to go after the social equality. So you're not going to go after another individual trying to get to the foundation of the situation, because that's like disturbing the foundation if it doesn't need to be disturbed. So that means you have to go after the precise situation that is causing stagnation on a higher level of view. So too bad for you. I don't even give a fuck. So, good for you, because if a person's saying they're doing something, they're just trying to get into the sacredcy of the empress either way, because if a person's like a mechanic, you already had mechanics in the physical reality that sabotaged individuals' existence, that didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and the physics is playing out into social equality. And that's because it's just like, you see, I used to drive a certain type of cars, right? I even drove BMWs before, but I was supposed to have a BMW, but I don't want a BMW. Then I was supposed to have another car, and I didn't get the other car I was supposed to get. I was supposed to have another car, and I didn't get the other car I was supposed to get. Because why? Other people was trying to do monkey see, monkey do. And those are the people that's going to receive gunshots, stabbing, all types of situations. And the people that was trying to be peculiar, different, that just wanted another person's difference of their equality to see what it was about, because it's like international spies, because they wanted to be the 007s that wanted to fuck up the real 007's life, because they wanted to live that vicariously, because another person had to go, a person that forces you to go on vacation or go on retirement because of a certain type of equality at a time, because they wanted you feeling other people thinking certain other things. Children that didn't have my wife's astrological or their stones of jewel stones or elements to know the precise sacredcy that wants to know it, because the fact is things that happen a certain type of way, and then they just being a continuance of the rejuvenation, being bored a certain type of way, thinking there's no house party situation. It is what it is. So if you're fucking up a person's nervous system, my wife should know for sure, because another person just want to rejuvenate, do all fucked up things, and just want to fuck up my wife's nervous system. This is why this is called recovery, because my wife already knows what she has to really recover. Now, other individuals is doing funny things is a different type of situation. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. You have people that just want to fuck up other people's equality, that just wanted money to do something a certain type of way they couldn't do before. And then once the empress peeped that, because a person gives you a certain type of chance, a certain type of way. And before, when she peeps that person does certain things, and she says, fuck you, but a person doesn't need to know why certain things was done a certain time. A person doesn't need to know what a person remembers a certain type of way. And then you had people that went after the I Ching. Just like, I remember one day, I was somewhere, and then my wife was writing something, and I was like, wonderful. I said, but it's too bad that you did that in front of people and stuff. But then she looked at me, she said, it's too bad that they'll never find it. And when I looked again, she was gone. And then it was just so funny. It was just so funny about the situation. So then I said, all right, because, early warnings, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. But it's just funny about situations a certain type of way. And a person that doesn't know what I'm speaking about, I don't even care. So, like I said, anyway. So it's just like, if an individual at a time doing funny things, like you have people that's probably watching people through television. You probably have people watching people off your cell phone naturally. And then you have people that can monitor these situations but they don't know where the situation and frequency is at. But in the form of physics, this is why some people probably volunteered to monitor the situation, because sooner or later they were thinking about world dominance, and they're thinking that the physics is going to lead them to somewhere. Probably people that knew lightning, the lightning calendar, electrical calendar, reflection calendar, certain value calendars, probably certain light calendars. They probably already had world dominance ideas, and then on top of it, where they probably are residing, probably have fucked up consecration, or they want to input new consecration that fucked up the equality. And then it shows you the receptiveness would even be worse, because now they're probably trying to find out where the sacredcy of the consecration or receptiveness is, and then they'd be fucking and manipulating the element, trying to reform it, and then fucking up the reason of its existence. And if something manifests in the physical reality, it'll be some next type of situation. Now, you got your mythology filters that's trying to jump, that almost just tried to jump on this. You have your mythology filters that almost tried to jump on that, what I just told you, because another person wanted to manipulate the so you're going to have to remember this conversation, or unless they're going to go. It's like probably people going after corporations. Probably most likely when you go in the store, see them ripping cardboard boxes. And when they're doing packaging, they ripping, they putting on the floor, stepping on in the rain, having all type of excuses, setting up scenarios, fucking up the empress and fucking up the corporation, because they want to be able to control a point of finance and the generations of life, and they want to do something new to the equality instead of doing it to a way that the empress give you. It's just like leaving you precise instructions for you could be okay, and then another person fuck it up, and then through time a person says don't say nothing, because once it fucks up, the next situation a certain type of way is going to be a certain type of way, and another person is going to have to want to know the real situation, and if they don't know the real situation, then they're going to wonder why another person's okay. And then it's just like a person choosing, it's like a man that goes out having a natural family, and then if everything is meant for him, but a person wants him to go to war so they can fuck up his physical, so he could be able to be in a plan and say, yeah, I come excuse. Oh, he did this at this time. You know, he look what happened to him here. If you do this to him, he's not gonna be good. And then he goes, and then he wants to go let off his semen in a place that's fucking up the reality. And then when everything is already done and over a certain type of way, and then the man comes to go do certain things, then his situation is fucked up, because he got to deal with the irritation of another nigga, like he doctoring the situation. And then the man looks at the empress at the time and says, no, I can't do nothing for you, because that's what killed you, and that's too much for me. You know, you should have knew while I was fighting and preparing already. So if you did that and that happened, then too bad for you. That's just a person that literally really killed you in life. And then on top of it, they just manipulated you because they just wanted to rape you. Probably something happened somewhere, and then another person reflected and they just knew what they did, and then you probably kept something sacred, and then probably your child probably stuck his dick in somebody's penis it was supposed to. Then on top of it, I could go in all social equality, but another person couldn't do what I was doing. So somebody else probably did something and it fucked you up vitally a certain type of way, because I'm the one that gave you your sacredcy, and I gave everybody else their sacredcy, and it showed them everything, the reason why they would even have sacredcy to this, and the reason why even they have social economics. I did everything, and I made everything literally. But another person wasn't me, so another person just fucked you up vitally, because that was like a deadly blow, because now they gave away what I gave you sacredly that made you different from everybody. And then they're not supposed to. You still have things that make you different from everybody, but to show you why a person caused a pimple probably was a hamburger, probably because you probably thinking like the savages are the people that's inside that want to live like cannibals, that want to force people to run and do all funny things because they want people to operate. You probably want people to fix your anatomy and operate, and then on top of it, they just wanted to live like savages because they just want to use their power on some last hurrah. And then on top of it, they're just looking to give you a vital blow because they probably raped you already. And then the nervous system of the rape or the reflection even got to the type of your consciousness, because another person probably made you vindictive or devious to make you want to rape and do certain things so it could fit to what they already did to you. And the next thing you know, now what was gonna fuck up your nervous system was implanted in you. And then as you realize to be civilized to your emotions, you realize that you're sick, and then it's fucking you up even more. But their blow was already implanted in your nervous system a certain type of way, and then the person that made you start feeling like that did cause all that type of situation. And then if you want to go back in time and say how I'm living, I'm a real parent, so there's a difference in my reality. I'm just not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna keep it moving. And another person, if they figure out what is going on with me, you're really dead after that, because I'm never gonna do nothing for you. So even the black jewel empresses are better off than you a certain type of way when certain things like that happen. So too bad for you. And I'm not gonna do that type of situation with you anyway, because now I'm gonna realize that you're going after their sacredcy, and you probably wanna know why they were put away certain type of ways. And I couldn't let them fuck up my quality, and I put them in the black jewel. So, it's just the reality. And then on top of it, you're not gonna make their continuance of their habitation even worse in the paradigm to why they even disrespected the space empress and even the higher conscience and the higher crowns of the reason of they can even be a point of view or thought or emotion of intellect, or me even having a refinement, because my wife needed to be more than what she is, so I had to do certain things for her in the physical. Now, I'm the only one that could do certain things that did this. And I'm the only one that always going to be able to do it, only in the paradigm and nobody else. Only me, Ralph Lane Jr. Now, a person that does that is already fucking you up, and I'm not doing certain things. I don't give a fuck if you try to take away my memory you'll never be able to take away my memory. I'm gonna always know everything I have to do for myself, and you'll never know when I remember how I remember, because I'm gonna just remember when I need to remember precisely. And then when I'm fully up a certain type of way, you're still never gonna know, but I'm still not gonna say nothing, and you'll never realize the situation throughout all the paradigms of time and all existence, vibrational, light frequencies, magic, everything. It don't even matter, because nobody's gonna know that I know certain things, and I'm just keeping moving at a time when I ever do remember. And then that's how it's always gonna be, and then I'm gonna be okay. And then if you try to ever do something wrong, or try to be promiscuous or conniving or sneaky or creepy, or try to be a person that how can I say, demoralizes somebody and causes unmatrimonial situations, that you'll be looked upon like a piece of shit. That's how I view you, and then I'll just continue going on with my life, and that's gonna be the reality for the all existence. So I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. So once you do those type of things, I won't give a fuck about you, literally. Because I'm not gonna let you try to violate the reason of my love, knowing that I'm the Magi star of love. You're not gonna fuck up and take an advantage of my emotions a certain type of way, because you want to play mental or physical games with other people. That's just being like viruses. It's people that's giving you fucking privacy itches of your privacy. You wondering why your privacy smells in, probably because you have people that's getting in your sacredcy. And then a person has your sacredcy for you when they have your sacredcy in danger, because you can't even be responsible for your situation, and it's so already in physics, so you can shut the fuck up and don't have to say nothing to me about it. And then on top of it, a person already trying to cause an itch a certain type of way, and then when you manifest for you to be able to get rid of your situation a certain type of way, you can't let that situation even be a part of you or touch you, or if it have any harmonical sequence or vow, because another person, all they're going to try to do is just lure you out, because they're just trying to draw you out to a situation to come apart their quality that fucked up, and then they're just trying to fuck up your nervous system. So you have to learn what it is to even be a celestial being that fights off the fucking cellular activity that causes and rejuvenates matter, that fucks up everybody in the physical reality. Because another person said that's a bad structure that's already fucking up your nervous system, that's attacking you vicariously, and is trying to be devious about your situation a certain type of way. I already had the situation and looked about it in the dream and seen what was going on. I don't gotta tell you about your two brothers situation of an individual announcement. So I already knew what was already going on. Another person, you ever had people that do certain things so much that they're already looking at the individual that's already I don't gotta tell you my realization to the situation, and then people are already mad about the things that's happening, because another person wants a person to be a savage on a level, because they don't want certain things even coming back a certain type of way, and then they want certain things coming back so they can have excuse going after magic. You see, I'm not gonna say nothing, because what a person's looking for is who's the empress a certain time. So once you live like a savage like them, they're gonna already know that you're not the real reason. That they might realize that you might be an inner point of enlightenment empress, or they might be another outer empress a certain type of way. And then on top of it, they're going to know that you're probably either another in command, because you have nothing to do with the precise habitation of their social economics. Now, it's just like cleaning a house. If a person's meditating and causing a certain nervous system to come clean, it's causing a certain type of way, but a person wants to know the reason of your magic and equality, and they probably scared because the rest of them are already viruses and already causing fucked up situations in your habitation. So you got to be very careful. It's just like as I'm speaking to you right now, the way I'm feeling about certain things. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm just telling you how real the situation is because another person is trying to figure out a person's anatomy of equality and they're trying to break it down through natural structure. And if they try to do that, they're already killing the individuals. It's already trying to learn in their harmonical frequency with them because that person's already being a disease. It's just like a stink pussy bitch that's not supposed to open her legs for another nigga that opens her legs for another way. So they cause certain things to happen. So these are people that's voting for certain type of people and fucking up the equality of people. But it's all right. A person says, what are you speaking about? It was a pimple that was in under my hair fibers that was in under my chin, and then it just a pimple grew out of nowhere. But when I went inside, the girl was stomping all on the ceiling, stomping all on the floor like she was some type of erratic and viral disease and shit. And a homeboy didn't hearing his voice and shit. Like, other people that just, fucked up the quality of other people living and shit. It don't even really matter and stuff. But either these are people that's really gonna go after and they're gonna try to be a part of international security, and then they're gonna end up killing international security. So all individuals through the paradigm of time, those are the influences those people are going after, but the way they did it a certain type of way and stuff. It's just like people being court-martialed and they just don't want to be court-martialed a certain type of way. So other things are happening a certain type of way. But another person says, yo, listen, it's just like if a disease wants to be a breakout, I don't know, I would just give a warning to the other social economic systems because a person says, I don't know what type of sex or saunas that you already slept in, and then when you pinpoint it and find it at a point in time of refinement, and then already it's getting at your natural refinement to your natural highest quality of the physical reality, and then you seeing the shit already looks like a fucking deterioration, and then on top of it, I'm bleeding by my chin. An individual said, where did you learn martial arts? Some of you a certain type of martial art defense naturally at a certain time, and then you have a situation getting at the reason of one's. It's just like you ever watch the underworld or certain type of vampiristic situations. They try to put their finger under somebody's chin or something and be like, this and the other. Same type of situation, but another person probably just wants me to bleed out until the sink into their situation a certain type of way. No, I'm not gonna do that type of crime. These are people that would sabotage a person's sanitary habits to their physical reality. When you see things like that, those are stink emotions people. Notice the curtain's different, right? Stink emotions people that would do stuff like that. So you got to really think about what's really going on in the physical reality, because a person tells you that's how real it is. Even elements be washed. So I don't know what the fuck that is. You know what I'm saying? It's just to be real. Hey, look. I don't know. I just seen a nurse suit, a person in a nurse suit, and speaking about washing, and then you see funny things and stuff, right? So, probably another funny situation. Another person. See me, I got up. I already washed my balls. I took a shit, washed my balls. I don't plan to have sex with anybody. My body chemistry is already making perfume and cologne right now, literally. So another person's mad about the situation, and on top of it, they're never gonna find out where it is neither. So and on top of it, I'm gonna get cologne shipped to me over here on purpose. So now I'm letting my family know of social economic equality. My whole family on other planets here and view me, and then my family's on other states that's around this earth here and view me. I'm gonna get cologne shipped to me to where I'm at in North Dakota. And then individuals are gonna try to do some funny situations. They're probably trying to learn your secrecy. They already went after my deodorant, and then now they're going after my cologne. They probably because I already have a higher quality than them. And then these are people that's living stink and vicariously causing vindictive, vampiristic. It seems like they're causing succubus emotions. A succubus would wonder what caused her reality a certain type of way. And everybody knows what originally a succubus, before it was called a succubus, what it was. But these people don't know. And probably it's just like let me explain something to you. These people don't know what's going on in the house a certain type of way, neither the people. So they just thinking it's just some type of sexual emotions. It had nothing to do with sexual emotions, because what causes a succubus a certain type of way. Now, a person says they label certain things a certain type of way, and an explanation is different for another person. But what causes a certain type of situation for another individual, it'll be different for it'll be different because they're the ones that cause that type of reality, that cause the collapsing of the physical reality. So I don't even want to speak about it. And then another person's wondering, yo, I think these people are just targeting, probably because I said, well, I'm probably going to go, I'm not going to Cuba. If I decide to go to Puerto Rico or Colombia or another place or any other island I feel like going to at a time, these people are targeting these people, and they probably just want drug reality because they're probably trying to learn another person's physics to say they're a part of something, they're not a part of nothing. And these are people that just they're just trying to cause a spread in a disease. Colombia, all these third world countries already know my DNA. So it doesn't even matter to another individual a certain type of way. So a person doing something like that is like sabotaging other people's families. So if they're going after certain families, they're gonna know certain type of way because certain things gonna happen that never happened to people, and then that's it. Then here you go. I'm in America, United States of America. What do you think is happening? We're in Asia. So what do you think is happening? Because if we want to be blunt about it, now we're just gonna say we in Asia. Like we in a part of Asia, and then look. See, these are the people probably trying to pull out your reality. That's it. Your UPS came real far, and there's no UPS, so it's just showing you the reality. A person says worldwide service. You did worldwide thievery in Manhattan, in the person's consciousness to the natural cover to another person's consciousness. You had all type of thievery saying that you were a magic act. That was just an excuse for vindictive viral situations. That was just doing all type of thievery. And then you had real magic being done that never stole or jeopardized anybody's life. And then you had people that did certain type of magic acts that the only reason, matter of fact, I don't gotta tell you because when I do magic, the Empress has to be here herself to know what's going on. I know she ain't gonna tell nobody. It's like revealing her consciousness to somebody else go after my magic, or somebody going doing something I'm doing, or try to do something on my level. Not even a star being could do what I'm doing. It was bad enough the stars were already killing the Empress in space because they were trying to filter out her emotions to her power, to her core, before she became more powerful and refinement. You had certain stars that was getting phone calls from people, like the people in my house, calling stars like, oh, this, that, and the other, doing all type of magic, to pull this out, and then they were trying to, you were killing the Empress at the time. And then they were pulling out the wonderful equality that the Empress needed in the spiritual realm to keep inside of her. And they were pulling out because these viral vindictive situations couldn't survive because they were viruses. And then they were just trying to live off the star beings fucking up their magic. And then they caused the fall of the Zodiac. It's just like a person trying to say, these people already targeted me through Michael Jackson. You don't get it? When Michael Jackson went to when he went to the situation, it was funny how they did it through Michael Jackson. You wouldn't even believe that shit, man. And another person is doing some more Star Trek shit because they want to know what's going to happen ahead of time, because they want to go after another person's publishing, royalties, know their chamber, and then they just want a person to get mad and say, you see what I'm talking about? And then next you know, they just sign with them going inside their privacy, manipulating. Same thing like they did to the calendar of era. Same thing, same type of individuals. They're probably going to go after Michael Jackson, want to know so and so. Then on top of it is just people that probably wants to know, because of Michael Jackson and the reflection point of the physical reality of one's value, they probably want to go after the certain calendars. Yo, Twinkle, y'all niggas better be careful. I'm gonna just want other calendars too. Orion calendar and Orion calendar, y'all better be very careful, man, because you got people that's really thinking about your magic, and your Empress probably doesn't even want them to be a part of any habitation of below. So because she don't want nothing attracting to her situation a certain type of way. And I don't think hey man, these people that I'm around are, I'm just being real. Me, I'm wonderful. How can I say this? I'm A O A O. The K would have to be like the eighth because the seventh because or the ninth, because it would just have to be that way, because a person says person, the Mings did a couple things that they weren't supposed to do, certain type of way in habitation, and they were just trying to be cock dealers. Like they were male escorts. So we don't want to speak about them type of niggas that did all type of things, and then they just tried to show off on people. And I'm speaking about the Asian Mings, not the Caucasian Mings. I'm speaking about the Asian Mings, because the Caucasian Mings are going after the Asian Mings. Because another person said, why? Because the Asian Mings were really nice also, but the Caucasian Mings got a little jealousy, and then when they tried to black out their hair and brown out their hair, and they didn't want them to know about the rest of their quality of them looking different in the physical reality, they started making them put dye in their hair and all type of situation, because they're already going to black out their consciousness, because the different crown empress at the time was too powerful than the ones that looked like Caucasian, and they was kind of scared and jealous because the matchup at the time, it caused the reality, and they couldn't believe a reality, and then they all pictures was being taken, all type of things, all type of magic. They couldn't believe a reality, and then because they were going after the value of the Mings, and when they were going into the depth value of the Mings and stuff, they were noticing that certain things were higher of a quality than other individuals a certain type of way, and then another person never said nothing and just kept it like that, because the fact is the humility, and then another person was being an asshole, because Seti and them, Seti, I tell you, I'm Seti's father, so I tell you the situation. But when you see them niggas want to start acting certain ways, and then they start acting stinking, and they get with them niggas from the era calendar, the Lucian, it's just like the family, the Tong family. When they start getting with the era calendar, when they get with the Tong family of the era calendar, I mean the Tong family is the era calendar. So, the Tong, when they get after the Tong family of the era calendar, then they're gonna probably try to go after the Hong family. They're gonna try to go to the Ice Galaxy connections and wanted to know the reasons of certain other things. And then, listen, man, once you start going after certain families that was okay a certain type of way, that was doing their own sacrecy, that means these people probably traveled to your planet, was causing exposures a certain type of way. And I'm your dad. I could tell you, I could speak about any fucking thing I want. So another person can, but I'm just telling you what the fuck these other people did already. That's it. So then another person that just went after your situation a certain type of way, and then the Tong family just mad, and then on top of it, they already try to break into the earth to, let me just be real with you, planet, a person says, who's Captain? I'm Magi Star. I'm Captain Planet's father. That's all I'll tell you. So they went after Captain Planet, and they went at the Tong family. Then the monkeys tried to go into the Captain Planet family, and all type of other funny things was happening a certain type of way. A person was showing their dominance when it came to their reflective magic, their elements, their equality, and all type of stuff. I don't got time for all that type of situations. And then on top of it, the Tong family was just a bunch of serpentine individuals that did funny things a certain type of way. And then other people was lenient because the nourishment of a certain time of an empress, but that empress is no longer a certain type of way. So it don't even matter then. Because a person says, why would you say that? I could have brought her back if I want to, but I don't want to. She knows why. She already knows why. Like, my conscience is already set and content. Some of my empresses know certain things already, but does it make no sense for them to come, because they know we agreed upon certain things. My conscience is already set to how certain things are supposed to be for my equality. So another person just wants to be vindictive because they just want to be in another person's privacy, because they want to do some pop-out situation or some magic for their empress on some martial art blow. I don't got time for your last-minute martial art blows, your last-minute assassins and shit, You listen. You could get mad at Stoneman magic, all type of stuff. Your Tong family fuck all that up, your Tong family try to cover up their criminal activity, so that's good for you. Another person, you keep talking about the Tong. Yeah, listen, man, because they tried to go into the Ice Galaxy calendar too with the cats and all type of stuff. They did a lot of monkey shit, man. A lot of monkey swinging, man. They were swingers. It's swingers. Your rags as your blade and shit. Yo, listen, James. Too bad for you, man. I just had a dream about your whole situation. Matter of fact, listen, I seen your situation in the sack. They put it in the sack already. The situation came back alive, came back outside and stuff. Then the situation wanted me to acknowledge it. Then I'm noticing in the same time that it's exposing my other wife's magic. I'm not even agreeing with that right now, and other situations. and then it's exposing my otherwise magic a certain type of way, then I'm looking at the situation was causing it, the people in this house over there, and then on top of it, and with their social economic population to the people that they signaling with the water and all type of stuff. I don't know how they doing. They're using your own utilities to target trigger reactions. So that's vicarial people a certain type of way. So once they did something like that, they already violate your sacredcy. If I do something, it's meant for me to do it. It's not meant for another person. This is like it's like putting money in the wrong hands. My wife is probably mad about certain things that happen. It has nothing to do with me because I'm not gonna deal with your vibe. You understand? This is like kill you. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna do something. So you're already showing me what's gonna happen to me. What nigga? Your nigga gonna say that? Okay, fucking kid. And then on top it be honest money. Then nigga be like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. It shows you already did it to yourself. So hey, it's like a chick having money, and she sees other people having money, then she wants to know what cause. I spoke about all these things on Sandisk already. This is the sequel to what Boost Mobile tried to didn't want people to know. This is a sequel to, and that person said, why didn't you do it then? Because I didn't feel like dying. I didn't feel like dying around people that killed themselves for money. So, you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. The people that killed themselves for money and where those emotions came from, well, I'm at. You're the Willie, man. You're the a person. Listen. I don't care. Another caretaker doesn't care. Another caretaker's balls deep. Another caretaker, he's balls deep, so they're not giving a fuck about his equality. Good for him. Listen, I don't care. Let me just be real. James, let me just tell you this before I go. My nigga, they're gonna go after your family, and all because the Asian side of your family a certain type of way. And the Asians, the Haitians, and other people that was tobacco, and didn't know the difference of the tobacco filter. And then a person says, why? Because, a part of social economics, if you do something wrong, it has to show itself in physics a certain type of way. But a person be of a certain type of equality because a person already made a choice to live a certain type of way. And they were already doing certain things in certain physical acts that show that certain type of equality manifesting of their physical. And then a person be the natural savior like me, or situation, I'm not going to do certain things to certain people because they did it to themselves. So I'm not going to waste my energy for somebody that just wants me to die with them. Like they already tried to rape my wife a certain type of way in a habitation of the planet, and my wife is never gonna be raped because she's gonna murder and kill all of them, and they all gonna get murdered and killed throughout all the paradigm of time because that's what it naturally is. But it's just like the things that they already tried to do is just funny in situations. So, and then the person wants me to recognize a situation, and then when I'm seeing certain things in certain people's hands, I'm seeing deterioration because the people are supposed to have a certain equality, supposed to look a certain type of way. So a person's causing a certain type of ignorance already. So I don't care, A person just trying to follow my orders and fuck up other people. Listen, this is, look, you see, it has a wheel. It has a car. This has social economics. So that means social economics once visited this social habitation of the place that has certain type of social conduct with individuals, because you have people that's running around the physical, right? So that means the people going after other social economic systems. That's it. Star Trek, good for you, man. Listen, man, you went real far, man. Japan, Japan. Listen, they said this ain't nothing until it starts looking like Japan and Korea. Until another person makes it look like mud dip. Probably another person wants their equality to look like mud dip because the way they hate you so much, there's just the equality of them being viral with your situation. A person, the calendar of era, it was not supposed to be in your social habitation and then been using your digital light system because this was an element Empress's Earth. So they were trying to conduct their light frequency for they could stay alive a certain type of way. Then on top of it, they went after the Mayans, they went after the Incas, they went after Asia Minor, they probably went after even the Aztecs at the time. So they probably already tried to use the conduct of their reality. People that just tried to steal your light, the people that just wanted virtual reality hookers. You know, calendar of era that just wanted to be on some have your mother on some fucking. You ever went somewhere in any social economics on this planet and then you see women behind a glass stripping and shit behind a glass and stuff, and in the early games like I told you and stuff, after your house party situation and them trying to kill your family in certain ways, they're probably going after shadow magic people a certain type of way and stuff. Hey, listen, man. Hey, yo, man. Having children is wonderful, but don't let somebody get to your balls, you know? Good for you, though, man. Yo, I'm just being real and stuff, though, man. You know, another person at a time just is mad at your dick. So, you know, you shouldn't have a good-looking child at a time with other people and shit. And then other people are just straight up savage. Yo, listen, man. Yo, James, man, too bad for you, man. Yo, you know, you already disrespected your family a certain type of way. James said, what are you talking about? I said, your house party situation, James. Like, you remember when we were chilling and then we were in the house and then we were listening to your CDs and stuff in the house where we was out of town and stuff. And then you remember the shorty that even came back home with me. And then you remember what you did. And then now, you know, Christine King and them is probably going after me a certain type of way, you know. Christine King, Nasia. I don't know. Nasia, if you're wondering about Jamal, your brother was a scumbag and shit. You know, your brother was such a scumbag and stuff. While you were younger, he was already trying to rip your consciousness apart, because if your brother killed you at a time and stuff when it came to value, and I'm speaking about Christine King, listen to this. If your brother killed you at a time when it came to value, he couldn't do it while I was around and stuff. So he had to wait. He had to wait till I was there, and then he wondered why he couldn't do it to you, because he knew if he would have did it at the time in the elevator, it was just no holds bars and stuff. And don't worry, we locked in. We locked in for sure a certain type of way at a time. So don't worry about that situation and stuff, you know? Another nigga says my mouth work is just too much. I said, yeah, instant get at you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you'll be fucked up for life, because another person says it'll be refinement, but I'll fuck you up for life a certain type of way, because you'll never be able to do something another time. And you could go tell Ghostface and them whatever you want to go tell them, because they're just running around looking like super dicks. You know, I don't even give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you, because you done disrespected your own family in front of me to the core, and another nigga's like, yo, I thought I had something. No, listen, there's all my children, and then on top of it, I had my situation ahead of time already, and then you were mad about the situation, so fuck you. So, you know what I'm saying? So, if you feel like, whatever, man, you feeling froggy, whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you. So, you know, I'm just telling the individual, it's just like, yo, you know, if you're wondering about situations that had nothing to do with me, because another person tells you, I don't have to be a cannibal to bring you back. Literally. Because I already I don't have to do certain things. Look. These are people that's not, they're mad at that. Things that they're never going to get of their quality. Matter of fact, the sons, you're going to end up losing magic because of that now. Another person said, what? Yeah, the sun calendar is I'm going to make the sun calendar suffer because of you. And I'm not going to suffer, but they're going to suffer. You know, I'm just going to be real. So I'm just early warning ahead of time. You know, it's just funny because you're people of natural acknowledgement. Now, I told you, Era broke into this earth because they were trying to get your light. They were trying to get the conduct of your light. You know, their calendar kept fading out. So they came around and said, since their calendar faded out, they probably went in there all through your social economic system, spread it out, and said they were going to just use your natural conduct until you all gone, and all the individuals of the elements. So they were getting rid of their elders. They were looking for a calendar of elders that was older than them, and they caused discrepancies and frequencies because they wanted virtual reality pussy. So, you know, hey, you know, let them call their empresses. That has nothing to do with me, you know? Good for you. You know, I'm calling different people at a time. A person says, but you still call... Value is value. It has a value social economic system that had nothing to do with Era, to a point for Era could even knew what value was. So, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a reality, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just like, you know, you do certain conduct to yourself. It don't matter to me, because why punish your habitation of social economic? This is why when I'm precise. This is why I do it, because I'm precise. You know, I'm not like other individuals. I'm actually gonna punish the individuals that really did it. So, you know, that really caused it. You're gonna notice certain other sun counters not gonna even suffer, or individuals even in their own harmonical habitation. the people that's gonna be complaining is the people that really did the fucked up situation. So you don't gotta worry about it. So whatever. So it just it don't even matter. Yo, listen, man. Yo, Chino, I don't like that, Chino. I don't like when y'all be snitching. I don't like that, Chino. Another person said, well, yo, listen, man. Another nigga. Yo, you ever had a nigga so wonderful when he kissed a nigga? He said, yo, the kiss is beyond deep. Then it's too bad for you, man. Yo, Chino. Sorry about that, man. Just. That don't have nothing to do. I hope it don't have nothing to do with you, man. Yo, listen. I told you, I seen the other niggas, and when I was speaking to them, and we were outside and stuff, we were speaking. The niggas was like, yo, they're gonna go out to LA. I was like, where y'all going to LA and shit? Niggas like, yeah, so and so. I said, I just, hey, listen, let me move away. Let me move away because you're good looking positions. Look, everybody just want to see me just talking to people pockets and money. They just want to see a nigga outside. What? You're stupid already. What? So everybody's already good looking and outside that just want to get at a nigga survey. Yo, listen, you gonna bust the transformer without him knowing and shit? You gonna bust him inside the car? Niggas trying to take over the transformers and shit. Said niggas that's real built elements is getting taken over by inside LA drive-bys. Bye bye. And she keeps on going and going. She keeps on passing me by. nigga, it's a vibrating seat warmers. Don't forget it. Oh man, it's funny. Yo man, listen, man. Yo, James, they want a house party with you, man. These people are watching and wondering where you at. So they're looking at me because they're trying to draw out your intellect at a time. I think it has to do with Kelly Bundy and Christine King and all that. I'm not. Probably another individual did something wrong to somebody, and then he just want to be. Another individual. I try to be cool with him. But his situation was a certain type. Yo, man, I don't. You see what I'm talking about? And that's another different situation. Now another person's coming out. Too bad, man. Another person said, "What happened, yo, man? I left your bottle in your house, man. What the fuck you complaining for, man?" So shit, man. You look at all that. Look at all that for no reason and stuff. If I'm wrong, then why the fuck is the situation drinking and I'm knocking on the door and then people's having fun and doing what they want? Then when I go look at what's going on, niggas doing their own thing. And then I'm looking at niggas like, yo, why is this girl drunk and passed out and shit? And then she in the house. And then on top of it, I'm like, she's in the house. And then she's in the house. Yo, listen, get the fuck out of my house. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at niggas like, yo, what the fuck you talking? Niggas like, yo, you don't even understand yet. Another person, I'm not even saying nothing. Another chick, listen. I did something. They told you it was Miz that did it, and the old Miserable that did it, and then another person did it. Yo, don't worry. Listen. I'm not trying to hear nothing, and I don't want to hear no jealousy. And let me tell you something, Monique, y'all can just calm down because I seen you probably got with Christine, and you did some more wild type shit. I'm sorry about your alcoholic habits and shit. And if a nigga wondering what happened to him, why you came back a certain type of way because I cared for you a certain type of way with somebody else that was already just trying to get at my pocket. So, either way, you came from a pocket. You had your valise, the valise that can be opened a certain type of way. If it wants to be given at a time. That's all I can tell you, my nigga. And you find out, was it out of love or was it intentional? I don't know. What's mine is mine. I felt comfortable, so another individual was just mad at that because, Joanne and them just want to keep going and doing their own thing and stuff, I don't want to speak about my family in other places and other ways at a time that's already mad at certain situations, and then individuals don't know the difference within their calendar because some of them is linked to other individuals in harmony and magic. Some of them did other type of things. A person just wanted along, say, go ahead. You could be a part of your social economic equality and shit, Another person said you could be mud dip at a time because you shouldn't know why they're just killing you a certain type of way. Yo, listen, if you like destroying the reason of your nervous system or your respiration or your social economic atmosphere because of other people's ignorance that just want to be devious and want to operate, it's like a person telling you, fuck your moms, fuck your consciousness, let's just go see what this is about, let's fuck this up right there. They enter the social economic system that they reflected on and didn't even give a fuck about their own consciousness. So another person telling you if they did have something at a time, those are people that didn't consider themselves and stuff. You know, probably stars that thought they went to war, but I never knew that they never really cared about the other star they were going to war with. You know, certain things was done out of love, certain things were just done intentional, and I was already trying to get to the situation. So you see what it is in the paradigm. But, you know, James, you had a house party, and then you did things you weren't supposed to do. And the girl Emily already told you her uncle died. So she said, my uncle died, so you know, this and that. She didn't even care. She got the era magic off of me just now and stuff. Don't worry. Notice, yo, listen, my magic is so lit right now, the era counter's not even on me right now, my nigga. Beyond lit right now, not even being used a certain type of way by era. Yo, my nigga. Yo, let me tell you how free I feel. Yo, look at me, my nigga. Oh man, yo, listen. So Monique and them, yo, listen. Stop, stop going after me a certain type of way. Stop it, Mooney, because don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't hurt yourself in close facilities like that. You know what I'm saying? But so don't worry about it, man. Don't ever do that again, though. Don't try to give me a headache and then wondering why I'm doing certain things. Good for you. Good for you. So, since the era calendar, listen, man, it feels wonderful not to even have the era calendar on me. Japan, you should be embarrassed right now. I'm Japan, but the rest of the family, you should be embarrassed right now. Like, yo, wow, the nigga doesn't even have era on him and he's still alive. Yeah, because, I'm the original elder, man. Like, way before even fucking calendar. Before it was even a fucking thought or even a point of reflection for me to even want to do anything. So it's just like, it's just like, yo, it's just funny and stuff, man. But, yo, Chino, man, I'm sorry that you're already on the go some of you a certain type of way. I told you, stop fucking with your homeboys and shit, man. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Oh, yo, listen, I don't got time. I don't got time for your Michael Jackson Thriller, though, man. I'm sorry. A lot of you waking up looking like mud work from, and then you still, yo. So the ones that's supposed to be correct that never did nothing wrong, then continue never doing nothing wrong and remain innocent a certain type of way. And if there's the other ones that should correct their situation. That's what I'm gonna tell you. But when I mean correct their situation, if you already did wrong though, you gotta let it be known that you already did a certain type of wrong. But if you're correcting your situation, correct your situation. Don't go do certain other things. I don't want to know about certain other things when it comes to certain equality. I'm just gonna be real. If you did something a certain type of way, then let individuals know. I would like to even know some of your stories a certain type of way. I don't want it to be on my digital system. Probably when I get television, when I get my cable line, I put in the cable, and then I probably look at some of your situations and certain things that people that was innocent though and loving people. I look at your situations at time, probably on like a Thursday night, a Thursday night. You on a sci-fi channel. Some of you other individuals that did wrong. And then if you felt like you had a reason about it, then try to probably register with sci-fi or something, and then I'll just look at the situation. But it gotta be an interesting night because I like being in the house watching television. I don't really like going out too much. But pardon me, I don't mean to get a cable line. Hopefully y'all gonna have to come check this. And then these people inside know how to spice wires. So so just, if I get cable and stuff for these individuals, don't fuck me up in life and try to spice my wires to look at my cable and stuff. But just try to do something a certain type of way, and please be careful because some of you, I hope you know who's inside my house a certain type of way, and because I don't want your information going out there, and then I don't know what type of magic if they even knew magic, and if they're gonna try to hop in your situation vicariously and fuck you up in the paradigm, and then you never know what would have caused the situation that caused you to do it, and then I never probably got intricate with some of your situations to your foundations, because some of you, let me tell you something, home is home, And love is love even when it comes to your family and no matter what the situation is. However you treat your family to your foundation of your comfortability, that's what it's gonna be for your physical reality of your life. So you think about how serious certain situations are before certain other people start doing wrong conduct, or if you knew you had funny people that was around, and then be considerate if your mother was overlooking a situation because something that happened a certain type of way, and then other people that just wanted things to repeat themselves in a paradigm because they wanted to get at people's privacy, because once you get at somebody else's privacy within your mother, you violating your mother and you getting your mother sick. And your mother never lost a martial arts bout to be sick for somebody else trying to not having consideration because what you would already did to your mother's privacy a certain type of way without her even knowing yet. She just, the illusion of the magic having manifested to see how your own child might have violated you, and then they were just using, instead of doing it to you at the time, they told you to let somebody be in your social economic habitation, and then they did it to somebody else. And if that person wasn't there, that means they would have probably literally did it to you. So if you were just trying to avoid certain situations or embarrassment, that's just too bad. And make sure nothing happens to somebody innocent just because you live in a certain type of way, because that might be the reason. So be very, very careful and stuff. But I'm gonna just tell you, James, Monique and them targeted me with other individuals, with Christine and them. And look, Christine should be happy. I left the bottle inside. She lucky that I even would touch, she's lucky I would even touch my privacy. And I'm gonna tell you, Ballantine, and it was a Ballantine, or was it Ballantine, or was it Heineken? Ballantine and Heineken came up, and then them niggas, it got so much into your privacy, they probably got the era calendar to go do some type of Luciferian magic just to see the longevity of the reason that was causing certain things to somebody's anatomy, to their sacracy, and then on top of it, it was all because I did it with a bottle, and then a person probably wanted to take over the corporation because of what happened. Don't get mad, because that's a person that would have really helped you. And then on top of it, look at the color of the bottle, because it already showed you the natural color of the healing habitation a certain type of way for certain individuals that would even do the magic at a time. So if Christine was stalking me for something like that, then no wonder, I'm not even gonna speak about certain things because I don't know if she knows. I don't know if Karen and them knows anything about the situation. I don't really want to get into the situation too much. Karen already did wrong to me, because when I seen Karen, she telling me she was with the other nigga. The other nigga, it looked like Steve was going to go on the run, and like then the individual started not to care a certain type of way. And then I just wanted to go in Philly, and it just felt like I just should have tied Meek ankles one time, just like, yo, listen, man, they're going to drag you all over the place outside. Good for you, because, that should have never happened and stuff. But I'm going to just tell you, if Karen and them is doing wrong and other individuals doing funny things that you think I don't think about, I don't think about it. To avoid situations, I'd rather not think about it. You know what I'm saying? The nigga says, why don't you think about it? Because I don't want to think about my family, and my other family is a certain type of way, and then they start doing funny things, and then every day watching them when they wrecking my house a certain type of way, and another nigga just on some, I want to touch this gal, want to jump on it. I don't want to think about all type of situations, because the man says, if I think about it, things that people don't know, anyway, don't worry about it, man. But James, your house party situation, they went after you. The other nigga had a heart attack because of you. Another nigga says, what caused a nigga to have a heart attack? Because one, I think he slept with my wife one night, then tried to appear and confuse and trying to show me that he was just watching over me, trying to, and then on top of it, the nigga's not realizing that I'm Persia himself, and then on top of it, then the nigga over there jumping, and then he was in the house. James, you did what you did when we were watching your CDs and you were in the house with the piano and the little thing that you were trying to do, the little funny situation you were showing me. You seen what happened when we were going home from the club with Shorty that night. Then on top of it, the nigga in house party had a heart attack because listen, the nigga slept with my wife when he wasn't supposed to. And then my wife was always mad at that because she knows that I seen certain things. And then when she tried to make it up to me, your homegirl Emily decided to just want to just be all wide ass with Ludacris in them. So I didn't want to get into the situation and stuff. And then on top of it, Jamal, if a Jamal talking about you took something at a time, like, I'm gonna take that, this, and the other, you're not seeing, you need to think about your situation. Because another nigga was already targeting you a certain type of way, and then in physics, from point 0 to 10, things happen. Good for you. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But and the rest of you, and that was that was in the house. Yo, stay away from niggas in Japan for a little while. Don't go nowhere near certain parts of Asia by Philippines, or don't get tied up with individuals. And then on top of it, stay away from timing in them, because timing in them already on some next situation. And my wife, I'm still waiting to see her because she's sending me stalkeristic messages. And on top of it, I never been a stalker, but I'm not looking for you a certain type of way, because if you had to wash your pussy, with douches, you gotta come find me. I don't have to come find you. That's it. There's nothing to do. And then the other shit around me, they just want to fuck up your life. That's already just playing peekaboo lookalikes and shit like that. Be very careful, because another nigga have a heart attack, family done died, and people done wondered why they suffered in a certain type of way. It'll be even worse if you waking up and then you feeling like you're a thriller situation than what caused this situation, the paradigm of time, because other people that want to play around with things they knew. It's just like waking up, a person says, I stuck a bottle. I'm not bragging about no bottle, because that could literally healed you at a certain time. But I'm not doing it because why? Because another person was already abusing the alcohol a certain type of way. So why would I do something that would cause slothfulness, and a person just wouldn't care about me? And then if you need to know if something's wrong a certain type of way, you really need to know. And then on top of it, notice Era's not even on me. So it's just like, it's just like, and I'm the head of Era, but they're not even on me. So you think about that. So another person was lying to other people, and then other people just don't want to go outside because they knew already did wrong. So then people with that type of Era magic, they all fucked up right now. So good for you. And on top of it, you elements that was other counters of other social economic system and Era used your elements and then fucked up your life, is showing in the social conduct right now. I said, man, funny situation. I just received a text message, and I don't even have a television or radio, about some complaint about something. I'm gonna just call back that number, and then I'm gonna find out what that situation's about and stuff. But that's good for you though. But I'm making documentaries, and I only use my cell phone to make the documentaries, and I do that outside. I don't even do that in my house, and I don't speak to nobody while I'm in the house, so it's quiet all day. And I'm literally using my own communication just to even see certain things. So another person is wondering about situations. You text me a message that sent a false acknowledgement, and then the people that is upstairs that's banging all day, another person didn't care about. So I don't want to get the authorities involved about the wrong complaint that you're receiving, to even be wasting my time of my quality of my light trying to interrupt my consciousness a certain type of way. But I'm going to go handle your situation and stuff, and I will be calling you back in a little bit. And I made this live on YouTube because it's already the people that's upstairs is causing the wrong type of conduct in the physical reality, and I'm just outside making documentaries. A person can't complain. If I wanted to walk around the corner and make these documentaries, I could make a documentary around the corner. A person can't complain about me making a documentary. So your stupidity is on you. So it's good for you, and what's going to happen to you already is going to be good for you ahead of time anyway. Also, just for making that, even sending me that false text message and that complaint. And that's just the reality. But I'm going to just tell you just like this, right? Like I told you, I'm going to be real, Era, if other calendars check the conduct of your social economic system, Era's not using your light or electricity, so you actually get to see the damage that they did to you in certain frequencies of light, and then fucking up your social economics a certain type of way, and then the individuals that use them to do damage and frequencies to your light that showed you the defiling and the demoralizing of your social economic system and cracking of your elements down to the natural consecration and also concrete, and down to the natural vegetation, to the natural soils of their social habitation, because they were absorbed. Era was about to make y'all a ghost town and just use you on some Hughie or rape shit sooner or later to all you other social economic calendars. So if you never heard of Yu-Gi-Oh, you need to go watch the cartoon. And Era was planning to do, since Era was a calendar of light, they were just gonna use you as a Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, because all they did was dealt with anatomy and fuck up people's anatomy. This is why you had Aryan Nation and all the Nazi part. I don't want to speak about certain other things, but you'll find out for yourself and stuff. And then if a person was fucking up the quality of the current reality of conduct of individual soil into their consecration to their concrete, let me explain something to you. Let me show you something. If they were doing that, what would they do to value in any form of jewel stones or elements? So if they were already cracking consecration concrete, what the fuck would they do to a jewel stone or element if they get their hands on a jewel stone or element? And on top of it, you have people that's miserable in social equality that can't use a certain magic. So look at what they did. Listen, I already told you about me in the pyramids, washing my hand in vases and then having to go put certain things because certain martial arts, certain empresses, and putting things away for individuals. Now, you think about this. Now, a person right here, that this consecration character, that means this position somewhere else in the social economic system, you have somebody that took something or misplaced something or you utilized something they weren't supposed to utilize and cracked a form of consecration. Now, this will show even on the level of physics and the physical reality of jewel stones or elements or calendars of individuals of humanity, of jewel stones and elements to their natural conduct of their physical. If you come around certain other people, the things that they'll cause to your natural habitation, to your nervous system, to your anatomy, and to your humane condition, to your family, they'll end up killing you a certain type of way because their consecration already cracked. And the people that will crack the consecration had to be people that the social economics that is a part of social economics that's not supposed to be a part of social economics. So if you have people of higher quality of natural indigenous or Indian, indigenous, Caucasian, or Asian people of high quality of the physical value of life come around, these people in this social economic system is a danger to their own social economics because they already cracked consecration. What would they do to another individual of innocency if they already cracked consecration? That means these people probably living like savages a certain type of way, and they're just doing it without people even realizing. So, a person doesn't want to have to call it martial law just to get individuals involved to come look around what's really going on. We don't have to go to the Germany Nazi situation again. We already know why segregation, right? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm in America, and I believe in segregation. That's how you're gonna get to know your own secrecy and purity. We don't have to get into communism, right? Because if that's the case, just let me know. Because I'm a certain way right now. I'll just go find certain people. Just let me know for real. Because I'm the head of the astrological trees. But since if you want to vote, I'm gonna be precise with my situation. We could go see what the length about. Yo, you're gonna have to give it all back. You're gonna have to give all the elements back because now comes to the natural reason of intent. So if you're in your house with any forms of weapons and you're Caucasian or white, you will be locked up, arrested, and then you will be restrained for the rest of your fucking life. Especially if you have any white anatomy, form of any white matter, anatomy, or cellular activity. You will get arrested, you will be restrained, and then you will be held in prison for the rest of your fucking life. Because we're gonna go down to the physics of your physical reality and the reason of your physical conduct. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm just letting you know right now. Because if you cause an entrapment and then you're going around shopping, buying social economic things you're not supposed to buy, people's underwear, all type of things, I will literally call the military army into, matter of fact, fuck that. I'll call literally Nassau International International Security, and I will have you arrested. If you're of white anatomy, that means if you're driving in a car that is not the precise car, that means you're getting your family sick and you're moving around. You're moving around and you're being vicarious. That means you're being viral. You're like a disease. So I will have you get arrested. You will be detained, and then you will be quarantined, literally. You think it's a joke? All right, I have no more need to be said because let me tell you, you start endangering the natural cover, you're a fucking disease. I don't give a fuck who you are. You even look at me and have an attitude. Don't let you be Latin and then, especially don't be Latin and light skin, a certain type of light skin. Yo, you will be detained instantly. It's all white people and Caucasian people, and also Asian people. That's it. Live on YouTube. I'm not wrong. You want to go? Are we gonna check physics to social conduct? to natural habitation, I guarantee you I could shit a diamond. My shit is more valuable than your fucking physical reality that can refine your anatomy. So you're already wrong. So you think about that. You want to get into it?